I want to talk about self care today, but not the version you've heard 1,000 times. Not bubble baths and face masks, not meditation apps and gratitude journals, though journaling has generally helped me, but I'll get to that. I want to talk about the kind of self care that actually changes your life, the functional kind, the kind that feels that uncomfortable at first because you're not used to prioritizing yourself, that kind that adds up quickly over 6 months until one day you look in the mirror and don't recognize the person looking back in the best way possible. Here's what self care actually looked like for me. Every Sunday, I make a menu, I sit down, I plan every meal, I write a grocery list. Then I go and I buy only that, nothing more, nothing else. I come home, I prep, I organize, and I make sure when Monday comes and I'm tired and I'm busy, the last thing I have to do is cook. Something's ready. Something that fuels my body instead of spikes my blood sugar. That Sunday hour is self care. It doesn't look glamorous, but it has done more for my health than any supplement or program I've ever tried. Because self care is setting your future self up to succeed, even when the present self doesn't feel like it. I started doing my hair and makeup again. That sounds small, it isn't. For years, I didn't bother. What was the point? I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't seeing anyone. I was existing in my house, taking care of everyone else and treating my own appearance like it didn't matter. Because somewhere along the way, I decided I didn't matter enough to show up for. Now I do my hair, I do my makeup, I go get my nails done, I go to Sephora and I spend hours taking up space there, asking questions, thinking about just me. That's self care. Deciding you're worth showing up for before you leave the house. I ride my bike instead of driving to the pool now. I drove for months when I started back because it was easier, because my body hurt and my mind made every excuses. Now I ride. Not because it's a workout, it's only 2 kilometers. It's not intense, but choosing the harder, healthier option when the easier one is right there is how you build a relationship with yourself. Every small choice that says I'm worth the extra effort adds up. Self care is small choices, repeated daily until they become who you are. I try new things. I went paddleboarding for the first time in my life. I rode an electric scooter with my son. I say yes to things I would have automatically always said no to before. And not because I felt ready, but because I was tired of waiting to feel ready. Self care is saying yes to your own life, even when it's uncomfortable, even when you're scared, even when part of you would rather stay home where it's familiar and safe. Because every time you say yes to something new, you prove to yourself that you're still here, that you're still growing, that life isn't finished with you yet. I make time for friends, real time, not rushed, not squeezed in between, taking care of everyone else. Actual time where I show up, I'm present, I'm not managing anything or anyone, I'm just there, being a friend, receiving a friendship, remembering that I have a life outside of being needed. Self care is letting people take care of you sometimes, letting yourself be someone's friend, not just everyone's support system. I walk by the lake by myself, no destination, nothing. It's just what I want to do to sit back and have time for myself where it's quiet, where I remember what it feels like to exist in my own life instead of everyone else's. 6 months ago, I couldn't have walked that far. My joints hurt too much. My body was shutting down. Now I go there on purpose because I need it, because I deserve it, because that quiet time by the water is mine and I protect it. That's self care too, protecting the things that fill you up instead of always giving them away. I journal, not every day, not perfectly, but when something is sitting heavy, when I can't get it out of my mind or I'm angry, I'm hurt, confused, I write it out. Getting it out of my body and onto paper does something that talking doesn't always do. It makes the thing real and separate from me. I can look at it, I can understand it, I can decide what to do with it instead of just carrying it. Self care is processing your feelings instead of storing them in your body. Because I spent 20 years storing them in my body and I know exactly what that cost. Here's what I want you to understand about self care: it's not indulgent, it's not selfish, it's not something you earn when everything else is done. It's your responsibility to yourself, to your health, to the people who love you, because you cannot pour from being empty. Self care is the Sunday meal prep that keeps your insulin stable all week. It's the bike ride that builds your body and clears your mind. It's the nails, the makeup, or whatever it is that makes you feel good. It's the walk by the lake that gives you time back to yourself. It's the journal that helps you feel things instead of eat them. It's saying yes to life even when fear says no on all counts. All that matters, it all adds up. I lost 137 pounds in 6 months, reversed my type 2 diabetes, and got my life back. Not just because of what I ate, but because of how I treat myself. This is the self care that nobody talks about, and it changes everything. This is care in action.